Hey, me and Matt here. A lot of people already know what I'm gonna say. I'm sure it's been said before. And no, I didn't post anything for Remembrance Day. Just and not to be disrespectful, but I don't know. I just didn't know really what to say. But this topic is not really for my country. I'm talking about uh, what happened recently in the United States of America. We have, not we, they have a new president, Donald Trump. You know, back in whenever they started the election, I really wanted to know who was going to be taking Barack Obama's place. And candidates were Bernie Sanders, who's in his 70s. So let's rank him out. Let's take him out of the equation. Then you had Hillary Clinton, who obviously was or is the wife of Bill Clinton, and we all know he was the president for many years in the 90s. And then you had the non political guy, Donald Trump. Now, the thing here it is, you always hear people in the United States who aren't political go, you know, I can be president of the United States. Yeah, I could do this, I could do that. Seriously? So when I heard that Donald Trump was being running for president of the United States, I thought, well, this is going to be interesting. I don't think he's going to win. I hope he's not going to win because that means it's going to be hell for everyone else in the United States. At least that's what I thought. Well, as it turns out last week, who is now president elect? Uh, Donald Trump. You know, it's funny to me how we spent, not, well, once again, not myself. We already have Justin Trudeau, who hopefully will make this country better. I mean, he's an actual son of a politician, so, or one of the former prime ministers of Canada. So let's see. We have this guy, Donald Trump, here, is known for a lot of things that are good. Well, sort of good. A lot of things that are mostly just bad. You know, and I'm not gonna get into him, but you know he has been in the news a lot. He said a lot of really dumb things. He's apparently anti-woman or whatever. He is very old school Republican or whatever. And the fact of the matter is, here's a guy who he said, "Oh, when I get elected president, you know, it's gonna be back like back in the days. You know, women aren't gonna have the same rights as they had in the past," which I think is very, very ignorant in my opinion. You know, you're going back to treating women like objects more so than fucking human beings. And to me, that's nonsense. You know, you're doing exactly the opposite of what Barack Obama did, caring about your individual persons. You're like, okay, well, I guess I'm president. I'll do what I want. I'm gonna throw my weight around. I'm gonna ruin, in my opinion. Wow, I just noticed that my shirt's dirty here. I'm gonna ruin a lot of things for a lot of people. And he didn't come out and say that, but the way the country's gonna be run, I'm not sure how it's gonna be, I guess, how it's gonna change. And if it is going to change, which it will, it's going to change for the worst. There's a lot of bad things out there that are going to happen, I'm sure. I don't even know how he got in as president. I have no idea. Because here's a guy who is rich. He is a millionaire, and he's been doing everything he could. He was in WWE for a while. He's obviously a fan of that. Watch whatever, you know. He's done a lot of that, and before I start babbling, let me try to gather my thoughts. You have a guy who will, whether you like it or not, bring the United States of America to what it has been for the last few years. People wanted a Republican back in office. Well, there you go. I think they chose wrong. Yeah, I do. I think they chose wrong. Now that he's back, now that he is in power, we'll see what happens, because to me, it's not worth. To me, it's not worth anyone's time, and if he's going to become president of the United States, then there has to be some good to come out of it. Otherwise, what's next? It's just the way it is. I think people are very stupid when it comes to, well, we don't want this guy in office, he's going to ruin our country. Well, we don't want this guy in office, he's going to ruin our country. And then when it's all said and done, who gets elected? The guy that people didn't want to be in office. That, to me, is hypocrisy in a nutshell. And you know what's going to happen? It's either going to go up or going to go down from here. Unless something can happen. And I'm not saying we should have voted for Hillary, or you should have voted for Hillary. You know? The fact of the matter is, what kind of country is this going to be now? And I know I say this country, again, I'm not from America, but how is this going to affect Canada? There's many different ways, and I'm sure it's not good. A lot of Americans are talking about immigrating to Canada as well. How's that going to work? You know? So he's going to be in office, and then the whole talk about women's rights and all that kind of stuff, you know. To me, it just sounds like he wants to bring back United States as it was back in the 50s. But then again, who knows what goes on in people's heads? And they're just knowing from past experience and hearing about Donald Trump in the past. I already said past a few times now. Knowing what he's going to do and what he has done in the past, it is going to be interesting to see how it all works out. Because what happens now is that, like I said before, it's going to go up or it's going to go down. And I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned about the outcome. About this whole outcome of what's going to happen with the United States. How many people are going to cross the border to my country? So that's going to be interesting. Immigration laws. He wants to he talks about building a wall in Mexico and making sure that immigrants don't come over across the states. Well, his wife is an immigrant, I'm sure. So not only is he a sexist, from what I've seen in the past, but he's also a hypocrite. So when I think about it, you people, most of you people, and I'm sure I have a lot of people here. There's a lot of people here that are happy that they voted for a hypocrite. And yeah, there's really not much to say left, except good luck in the future. Bye.